So after completing mRNA, now let's go to tRNA. Okay, the tRNA, the full form, as I said, T stands for transfer. Okay, this entire thing that we are discussing about is about what? Protein synthesis. Correct. So there is a message which is carried by the mRNA, okay, which is transferred by the tRNA and connected by the rRNA. You can say it like that. Okay, everybody come on the screen. Okay, so let's see how the tRNA looks. Okay, all of you understood the meaning of the word transcription also. These are all possible questions. Okay, one has to answer. Okay, so now the tRNA, the transfer, this one is always present in the cytoplasm. tRNA is always present in the cytoplasm. Okay, now the main function of tRNA, as the name itself tells, is transferring. Okay, so there is an mRNA, it will have many codons. Each codon will code for an amino acid. So for example, mRNA is showing a codon, say for example valine. So the tRNA has the function to search for valine in the cytoplasm, get the valine and connect it to the mRNA. Got it? That's why the name is transfer. Okay, you understood that properly? What will the tRNA do?
Yes, sir.
According to the codon which is there on the mRNA, it will search for that amino acid in the cytoplasm. All the amino acids, their molecules are present in the cytoplasm. The tRNA's job is to get the correct amino acid according to the codon on the mRNA and get it. It's nothing like a delivery boy. Okay, वो क्या कर रहा है? Parcel deliver कर रहा है. The correct parcel has to reach the correct owner. That is very important. Right? All of you must be doing online shopping and all. So if you get an incorrect parcel, what do? Suppose if you get a big box of chocolates which you have never ordered, what do you do with that? Do you return it back? Shiv Ganga is smiling, नहीं return करती है. Right? खा लेती है. किसी और का आ गया ना चलेगा. Am I correct? Sundar appears to be very sincere.
No, sir.
ईमानदारी से return करेगा. Okay. So here also the incorrect parcel should not reach the incorrect codon. Okay. So see, this is how the tRNA looks. This is a proposed model which has been prepared. Nobody has seen any molecule as such, right? But a tRNA molecule appears like this. इसको clover leaf model करके बोलते हैं. Okay, so just pay attention to the structure. You don't have to learn too many details of it. See, we are talking ultimately about RNA. So it's a single-stranded structure, right? mRNA, how was it? Just one line, like a number line. But tRNA कैसा है? You can see there is one 5' end over here. It starts from here, 5'. And if you go across this line like this, see, it's just one straight line which continues like this. Okay, and it ends here. So this is the 3'. That is one single line ultimately, but it is folded in the shape of a clover leaf. So always at the 5' end, you will find there is this codon called, not a codon, these 3 letters called GGG. Okay, and towards the 3' end, there is always the presence of CCA. ये fixed. Okay, so the 3' end is called the acceptor stem. Acceptor stem matlab, we are talking about tRNA, and as I told you the function, it has to get the correct amino acid. Okay, so the amino acid will be attached at this point. That is why it is called the acceptor stem. Okay? Then there is something called D arm and a T arm. No need to go into the details. Just remember there is something called D and T. Forget it. Okay. But this is very important. Acceptor stem you should remember. And just opposite to that, here you can see something called anticodon arm. In the mRNA, this part also all of you listen properly. In the mRNA, we have discussed something called codon. On the tRNA, there is something called anticodon. Okay, so mRNA ka codon is complementary to the anticodon of the tRNA. Now, what do you mean by that? See, suppose if this is the mRNA and there is a codon over here, okay, a 3-letter word. So any random codon you can give. For example, say G, C, A on the mRNA. This is the codon. Okay, so the tRNA will have the corresponding anticodon on it. That means what? If here it's a G, what will be here? Complementary क्या आएगा G का? You know the complementary base pairing, same one.
C.
It will be C. Here it's a C, so here it should be. This one should be
G.
G, correct. This one is A, so here it should be
T. U.
It should be U. We are talking about RNA. Getting it? So it is U. So that means if GCA is the codon, then the corresponding anticodon is CGU. But one tRNA will have only one anticodon. Okay, unlike in the mRNA, what we saw over there, a single mRNA can have hundreds of codons with a start codon and with an end codon. In between, it can be any number. Okay, but in a tRNA, the structure of molecule is fixed. It will have only one anticodon. Okay, so that anticodon will be corresponding or complementary to any one codon on the mRNA. And this tRNA will carry only one amino acid. Got it properly? Okay, so now suppose there is a mRNA. There is an mRNA in which, keeping aside the stop codon, suppose there are 20 codons. 20 codons plus stop codon. Okay, so how many tRNA molecules will be required? If there is an mRNA containing 20 codons, so how many tRNA molecules will be required in order to transfer the amino acids? Yes. For each codon, you require one tRNA. Now tell me.
20.
It's 20.
Sorry, 19.
No, 20. I said 20 plus stop. So all 20 are functional codons. Got it? So for one codon, you need one tRNA. So if the mRNA is having 20 codons, so there should be 20 different tRNA present. One after the other, it is getting it. Understood this part properly?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. So one more thing. Remember this point that the anticodon is complementary to the codon on the mRNA. So I'll write one more random codon. Tell me the anticodon on the tRNA. Okay. So for example, if I say A, G, A, what will be the anticodon?
UCU.
Correct.
U.
It will be UCU. Easy now. Okay. So suppose if there is an anticodon by the letters say U, A, G. If this is the anticodon, then what will be the codon for this?
AUC.
Very good. It is AUC. Got it now? Okay. And that
Yes.
start and the stop codon that we said, it is applicable only for mRNA, not for the tRNA. In tRNA, there is nothing like that. Okay. Okay. Then this one is anticodon. See this one. Anticodon on the tRNA is complementary to the codon sequence on mRNA. That's a very important point. Okay. See, you can take down this point also if you want. Just not what we discussed. Okay. Amino acid is carried at the acceptor arm according to the codon of the mRNA. Okay. So each tRNA contains only one anticodon. Remember all these numbers which I am telling you. Okay. Every tRNA is having only one anticodon, as you saw in the structure. And that is why each tRNA will be able to carry only one amino acid. उतना ही उसका capacity. There is only one acceptor stem, so only one amino acid can attach over here at a time. After depositing the amino acid, it can go and get one more amino acid. But at a time, it can carry only one amino acid. Okay. So now, as we know that in the entire biological world, how many amino acids are there?
20.
20.
Correct. So there are 20 different types of tRNAs according to that. Okay, each one for each amino acid. Okay, simple, logical, right?
Yes.
Now the third type is rRNA. Here there's hardly anything to discuss. Quickly, I'll just show you how it appears. Okay, but remember the rRNA, R stands for ribosomes or ribosomal. Okay, mRNA, M is for messenger, tRNA, T is for transfer, rRNA, R is for ribosomal. Okay, all of you must have heard about something called ribosomes in the structure of a cell. You know what are ribosomes? Suna hai, or is this a new term for you? Okay, no problem. See, if this is any living cell, okay, a living cell, it has got its own nucleus and there is a cytoplasm around it. Okay, so from the nuclear membrane, that means the wall of the nucleus, to the cytoplasm, there are these interconnecting wall-like structures. These kind of structures are there. These are called endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, from the nuclear membrane to the plasma membrane, there are these connecting structures like this, which are called endoplasmic reticulum. On the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum, there are these small granules present. छोटे छोटे ऐसे granules हैं इसके ऊपर throughout. These are nothing but the ribosomes. Okay, these are the ribosomes. Besides that, ribosomes are also present scattered in the cytoplasm also, along with that. They are also present in the cytoplasm. These are the two places where ribosomes are found in the cell. And ribosomes are also called protein factories of the cell, because they are the places or the sites where protein manufacturing takes place. So all of you clearly remember, where is DNA present, where is the mRNA produced, where is tRNA present, okay, where is the rRNA present, where the proteins are manufactured. All these locations have to be understood clearly. tRNA, all of them are present in the cytoplasm. rRNA is present in the ribosomes. Now you know the location of the ribosomes. And that's why the name itself is ribosomal RNA. They form a major part of the structure of the ribosome itself. Okay, but see, in the mRNA, we have seen the structure, 5' end, 3' end, codons, all those things. In the tRNA, we have seen something called anticodon, acceptor arm, so many points are there. But in the rRNA, the structure is very simple. Okay, they appear just like this. It's just like a single strand which is highly coiled and intercoiled, super coiled, you can say. And they are just present as it. So as such, nothing significant in the structure. Okay, you can just put one line and draw randomly, single, and end it anywhere. That's your RNA. But it's a single stranded one. Okay, so nothing as such to discuss, but it's a ribosomal RNA. This is the one that you can say provides the structure of the ribosome, and ribosome is the place where manufacturing of protein will take place. That you have to remember. So understood all three types of RNA properly?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. If anybody is having any query, you can ask any point till now, you can ask so that we can move ahead. Everybody sure about it? Yes? All of you are liking the topic? Concept samajh rahe hain? Right? That's the
Yes.
reason only in this topic I go a little slow and I cover extra points also. Everything, all this is not given in your textbook. But whatever is given in the textbook, in order to understand that, these are important to know. Otherwise, it will be horrible in order to learn directly from the textbook. Okay. Okay. Good. So we have discussed about RNA. Okay. Now you can just read this question and tell the answer. You may also take down if you want. We'll do the practice. If you have understood everything till now properly, you'll be able to answer this. Put up the answer in the chat box. The answer will be two different numbers, so put commas and write the answer. I don't think it's very difficult. Put up the answer in the chat box. Dipali, half of your answer is correct, half is incorrect. Others, post the answers. Very good, Harsha. Yes, others are taking so much time. Yashika, Abhirami, Sundar. Shivganga lost connection, I suppose. Yes, Ishika, what happened? Where are you stuck up? Abhirami, what happened? You can tell me what's the confusion. Let's see if we can clarify. Yes, Abhirami, you're looking at the question with such scary eyes. Sundar, what happened? Okay, shall I tell? Yes? Okay, look here. See, what is the question asking? There is a sequence of mRNA which is given to you, correct? mRNA contains what? Codons, right? mRNA contains codons. Go always step by step. Okay. So here in this mRNA, AUG is a codon, okay, CGA is another codon, right? AAC is a codon. Like that, you continue, and towards the end, you know, this is the stop codon, UGA. Okay, so we are not counting the stop codon for the amino acid. Agree with that? You agree with
Yes.
that, right?
Yes.
So, excluding the stop codon, how many others are remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 codons which are functional. For each codon, how many tRNA will be required? For one codon, how many tRNAs are required? Yes? Harsha, tell.
8 molecules of tRNA will be required to complete the sequence of amino acid.
Yeah, that's the final answer you're telling. But I'm asking for each codon, how many tRNA will be required? In a tRNA, you have seen the structure now. How many anticodons are present in one tRNA? In a single tRNA, how many anticodons are present? Only one. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope everybody is understanding. नहीं समझ रहा तो पूछो. Okay, in one tRNA, there is only one anticodon. So for this one codon, for example, AUG, there is only one tRNA which can come. Similarly, for CGA, there is only another tRNA which can come. Okay, AAC,
Yes.
another tRNA. Like that, if you count, there are 8 functional codons. So 8 different tRNAs can come. And that's my question. How many tRNA molecules will be required?
8.
Getting it? So when there are 8 tRNA molecules, so how many amino acids? Each tRNA will get how many amino
8.
acids?
8.
Will be 8, but each tRNA gets only one amino acid. There is only one
Yes.
acceptor stem that we saw. So whatever is the number of tRNA is the same as the number of amino acids. You understood? Everybody?
Yes.
This will require
sir.
practice. Okay? There's one more question coming up. Try to answer this quickly. Okay? You can just do it orally. Look at the screen, tell me the answer. Highlight the mistake in the sequence of mRNA which is produced from a single gene. Just look at the mRNA and tell me what can be the probable mistake. Mistake in the sense this can never happen based on your understanding till now. Very simple. Just tell the answer to
Sir,
this.
stop codon is used.
Stop. Sir,
Bolo,
there
bolo.
is double AUG.
A.
Start codon is double in middle.
Start codon.
Okay, so I can hear the answer saying there is a stop codon somewhere in the middle. Where is it?
UAA.
UAA, this one, right? And that's the correct answer. Very good. Who gave the answer? Dipali or Harsha?
Deepali, sir.
Dipali. Very good, Dipali. Others have understood this. What is the mistake? There is a stop codon which is written here in the center. 3 of the stop codons are there: UAA, UGA, UAG. Any one of them will always be towards the end. That means towards the 3'. If it comes in between, that means here it will be a stop. The rest of the codons cannot function then. So that's a mistake. Got it? But if you say start codon AUG, that can come again anywhere in between because that is coding for an amino acid. Getting it? Only the stop codon cannot come anywhere in between. That's the mistake. Have everybody understood this very clearly?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Any doubt? Sure. So these are the points
No.
of differences between DNA and RNA. Okay, this can be very important for you. We have already discussed them. Okay, forget about the fourth point, Chargaff's rule and all that you don't have. Okay, and even sixth point is not required. So you can just exclude that. Okay, so fourth one is not required. Sixth one you can exclude it. Okay, and this also is okay, not required. Other 7 points are important. Okay, so bases are modified, not modified. There was this D arm and the T arm in tRNA that we saw. Nothing like that is present on a DNA. Okay, and DNA lifetime is comparatively high. RNA is generally short-lived. But the major points are the bases are A, T, G, and C. In RNA, it is A, U, G, and C. Thymine is mostly absent. And the locations where the DNA and the RNA are present. These points you have to remember. Okay, so this can be one short note question if it comes, differences between DNA and RNA. Right, so I've given you everything clearly. Okay, so this is the central dogma of life. This we are going to discuss in detail in the next lecture. Okay, and we have already told that, like you know very well, the DNA, okay, contains many genes. So this one, okay, the gene or the DNA is structurally similar. Okay, a gene is nothing but a part of a DNA. Okay, and this gene produces mRNA by the process called transcription. I mentioned that. Okay, mRNA, what happens to it? Moves out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm. Then the mRNA goes into the ribosomes. With the help of tRNA, the respective amino acids are attached. That is called translation. That's the next step. Okay, and then the corresponding amino acids are attached by peptide bonds, ultimately by which you get a protein. So this process is constant across every living cell, and that is why it is called central dogma of life. Okay, so if you have understood properly till here, in the next lecture we have to discuss in detail how the transcription and the translation takes place, followed by a brief idea about mutation. So in this lesson that we are doing, heredity and evolution, okay, the first part, that is heredity, we can complete in the next lecture. Transcription, translation, mutation pura ho jayega, and then the lecture after that we can continue with the interesting part, that is evolution. Heredity part will be over in the next lecture. 1 to 1.5 hours if we get, we can complete. That's the reason I did this first in the beginning, so that you have the entire time to revise this again and again. Okay, I'll be sending you some practice questions also. Make sure everybody joins the Google Classroom. Okay, and make sure that you are updated in the Google Classroom. Whatever I post over there, you should be able to get it immediately. Okay, you are having your email ID, so you will automatically get an email saying that Vishnu sir has posted this. Okay,
Sir, I need to make another email ID, or can I continue?
this is fine. This is fine. No problem. You can directly go to the Google Classroom also. You don't need to open the email ID every time. Okay, but make sure that you check the Google Classroom at least once every day. Okay, so whatever important things I feel, I will keep posting over there. Okay, so we'll stop here for now. We'll meet most probably next week. Okay, and in between also,
Bye, sir.
anytime you can keep contacting. Okay, you can WhatsApp me or whatever, you can call me also if you required. Okay, anything you are having, you can always freely discuss. Okay, bye everyone. Good night.
Bye, sir.
See you. Bye.